West Coast, it's the top of the 10.
It's 1 p.m. for us here at the Weather Channel headquarters in Atlanta. I'm Nick Walker.
And I'm Vivian Brown. We start with the wintry weather that could leave some places with upwards a foot of snow.
Yeah, check this out. Still snowing at Tahoe Vista. This is Brockway Summit. The image coming to us courtesy of Caltrans. Of course, a good way to keep an eye on how the roadways are doing here. We look like we're just bare and wet. The snow's been cleared off or at least melted away from the roads for now. But just a reminder that you need to keep checking these road conditions where we'll continue to see snow. Viv?
All right, that big storm system coming out of the west and moving off to the east. It's going to take several days now for it to make its way all the way to the east coast. But this is what we're finding right now at Teton Pass. You know, in the northwestern parts of Wyoming and the Teton Mountains, it is still very wintry. Looks like we're a little stuck here, not moving very quickly at all. We've had this tricky and slippery conditions, even blizzard conditions we've had in parts of Wyoming. So it's been a huge concern here with the snow and the blowing snow, reducing visibilities. Even over the Sierra Nevada, still a little bit of light snow being reported across this region. And in this location, we've had as much as over 8 inches, almost 9 inches of snow from this big storm system that's plowing across the west and will eventually make its way into the western high plains. This is a look at the current radar. Again, looking at the snow from Wyoming into Montana. And as this system slowly pushes off to the east, we'll find some wintry weather spreading into the Dakotas. In the meantime, we do have winter weather advisories in effect with this storm system. The low pressure moving on off to the east, cold and snowy across this whole general area. So we will be watching this region for the next 24 to 48 hours at least. And then eventually it's going to continue moving on out to the east and the sun will return, but the operative word is eventually. Again, spreading into North and South Dakota, maybe even the northwestern parts of Nebraska near the Chadron area and the Panhandle. Will be looking at perhaps a wintry scenario. 1 to 3 inch accumulations generally speaking, but some pockets now in the higher elevations here, the Tetons of Wyoming, as much as 12 to 18 inches are possible. And for that reason, again, winter storm warnings have been issued across this area because that much snow. And this is a look at our storm con, the values 5 and 6. And anytime you get above at least 5, you're talking about a pretty impactful snowstorm or winter storm. And that is what we're watching. Of course, our winter weather expert, Tom Nizzle, is here following this system very carefully. He's decided not to name this winter storm because it doesn't necessarily meet the overall specific criteria, but definitely we'll continue to monitor it. And if it is becoming more impactful than thought, then we will name it. I think the next name is Boreas or something like that. I'll check that out in particular for you, but it is the B name because, you know, we just dealt with Atlas. Okay, let's talk more. Here's Nick.
And you know, Viv, as this storm progresses eastward, it's going to affect a large part of the country with some rain. Here's St. Louis right now, and it's looking fine right now. You've got a little bit of sunshine out there, actually a whole lot of sunshine, and we've been talking about some great weather for the World Series game there tonight. No problems. We're at 61 degrees. We will cool down, though, before game time and during the latter innings, too. Western storm changing to rain by the time we get into midweek. We'll see that continue here around St. Louis. Midweek into the latter part of the week, more of a rainy, stormy effect from this winter storm than snow. 61 in St. Louis right now, visibility of 10 miles, no problems, just a light wind out of the southeast at about 3 miles per hour. This is the radar, and you can see there's no rain here around St. Louis. You are picking up some once you get back toward the plains into Nebraska, some spits of rain and a few snowflakes there into South Dakota as well. Just a reminder that this storm is on the way to you, St. Louis, before midweek. And it really is winding up, too. We're going to see a lot of strength with this, and the result could be a few bouts of some heavy rain, as well as some lightning strikes and maybe even some severe weather, too. We'll be talking more about that. It's a pretty deep area of low pressure, a deep trough, and as this strong storm moves eastward, expect to see a lot more from it. We'll see more from it here in Des Moines, up toward Minneapolis, Minneapolis, maybe rain mixed with snow there into the Twin Cities. Southward into Kansas City and St. Louis, it's going to be all rain. Then as we get into Tuesday night and Wednesday, Chicago to Indianapolis could feel its effects with some of that rain and some storms right near the front. As the front continues to progress eastward here on Thursday, we'll be looking for more rain from Chicago southward to St. Louis. Indianapolis and Cleveland could get in on the mix as well. Not only the World Series ongoing here, but Monday Night Football as the Seattle Seahawks come to take on the St. Louis Rams. No problems for tailgaters, just a few more clouds. Vivian?
All right, well, let's talk about the Northeast because eventually this storm system will make its way into our region. Right now, it is looking good, though. Mostly sunny conditions, 59 degrees. As you look out over the city, Manhattan, it is looking good. The hustle and bustle. You don't need much muscle today to deal with it because the weather is just making it a little easier for us today in the Northeast. But the western storm, the one that we're watching right now, will carry its way across the middle of the country and then bring some rain to the Northeast eventually later in the week. But as mentioned, the Real View radar does show quiet conditions right now in the New York City area. This is the close-up satellite showing you all 5 boroughs with no clouds to be found. You have to pan out quite a bit and look across upstate New York to see a little area of cloudiness, but that's associated with one system that doesn't even measure to this one that's coming across the Rockies right now. Now, it will eventually make its way across the plains and the Mississippi Valley. The cold front will be moving east. Out ahead of it, we'll have the southerly winds, and that'll bring in some low-level moisture, so that moist flow will be in place by the time the cold front gets here. And look at the forecast on Thursday. The interior regions of New York and Pennsylvania, it'll stay dry, though, for the big cities right along the coast on Thursday. But then as we look at late Thursday, mainly into Friday, that's when the rain chances will increase, as we're looking at only 58 degrees in Boston now with late day rain. But it will generally be on Friday that the rain will push into along the coastal areas and then clear out on Saturday as we look back to the west, as those northwest winds could bring some chilly rain and maybe even mixing in some snow right near the lakes. Nick?
Well, we're just getting started here on Day Planner. The end of October is bringing no tricks, just treats to the south. Find out just how warm it's going to get. And the Southern Plains under a tornado threat today. We'll talk about that too.
This program was brought to you by Progressive Insurance, because you have no time for downtime.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Still doesn't feel real. Our time together was so short.
Well, since you have Progressive's total loss coverage, we were able to replace your totaled bike with a brand new one.
The tank, the exhaust, well, she looks just like Roxy. You know, I bet she's in a better place now.
I'm sure she is.
Getting you back on a brand new bike. Now that's Progressive.
You may have to travel like this. But at Courtyard, you can choose to stay like this and enjoy more of this, this, and this. It's a new stay. Courtyard.
Tonight on the Weather Channel, at the top of the world, there's a highway where stunning beauty becomes a battlefield. Keeping it safe takes an army, and they don't fight the weather. They wage war.
Game on. I don't think there's a record company anywhere in this world that can do what we do.
What can go wrong? Anything can go wrong.
This ain't a road.
It's burning up good.
It's a highway through hell. Tonight at 9, here on the Weather Channel.
Our local Doppler radar. Today, sunshine along with a few clouds. High 84. Winds northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. For tonight, a few passing clouds. Low 71. On Tuesday, mainly sunny. High 86. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Halloween in Sonic, pretty great, right?
50-cent corn dogs all day long?
Oh, what a great deal.
It's the best. Hey, guess what I am?
Irritating.
A pumpkin.
Delicious Sonic corn dogs are just 50 cents all day on Halloween. This is how you Sonic.
The day we rescued Riley was a truly amazing day. Without Angie's List, I don't know if we could have found all the services we needed for our Riley.
For over 18 years, we've helped people take care of the things that matter most. Join today at angieslist.com.
Nothing says, you're my #1 co-pilot, like a Milk-Bone biscuit. Say it with Milk-Bone.
Welcome back to Day Planner. Hey, we're finally warming up here after that weekend chill in, Music City, USA. Yeah, you woke up, you 28 degrees, I think, in some areas around the city. It was chilly, colder than it was in Anchorage, Alaska at the same time of the morning. 61 degrees right now. What a change. We're in the upper 50s to around 60 degrees in most areas of Nashville. Across the south, we're warming up pretty nicely, too. We're seeing a 79-degree rating right now in New Orleans, 78 in Tallahassee. Another area that was cool, 30s on Saturday morning, 64 right now in Atlanta. We'll continue to see a chance of maybe a shower there, but the clouds should clear out. High pressure sliding eastward, and winds, as you know, are around the periphery of the high in a clockwise direction. So that means the winds, instead of a northerly direction like they were this weekend, will be from a southerly direction. And as that warm air moves in, we're going to see those temperatures continue to climb. Looking for a high temperature today in Atlanta of 66. 63 is where we should top out in the high country here of North Carolina up toward Asheville. Beautiful with the fall color this time of year. We'll be in the 70s there in Columbia and in Birmingham. Nashville looking for mid-60s. Then we'll hit the 70s tomorrow. Back to 73 degrees. We'll see 70s in Atlanta, and we'll see them return from Birmingham all the way over toward Raleigh and Columbia as well. A lot of folks are going to be in the 70s too, and will be actually near 80 in some locations. Columbia and Birmingham both in the high 70s, 77 degrees for you in Nashville. So as those temperatures get back up to what would be considered above average for this time of year, by the end of the week we'll get down near average. So all in all, a pretty good looking week if you're not quite ready for winter just yet. Vivian?
All right. Well, as we take a look at the big weather picture, more scenes like this are possible as we track the potential for severe weather. Now, the house fire is blamed on a lightning strike in Denton, Texas. This home was a total loss, but the owners and their cat did make it out. Rain and lightning also forced a 3-hour delay the Texas TCU football game on Saturday. Football, a golf ball sized hailstone, and even flooding was reported across the Dallas-Fort Worth area because of the big storm system that moved through. Now we are watching another big storm system come across the west right now. You can see the extensive cloudiness associated with it, and there's your dip in the jet stream. This whole storm system will be pushing off to the east, and as it does so, we'll watch conditions going downhill across the plains, the Mississippi Valley, and eventually it'll make its way toward the eastern seaboard. That'll be the latter part of the week, but notice by midweek it'll really get its act together right here in the heart of the country. Ahead of it, the warm, moist, unstable air mass could create showers and storms. On the backside of it, we're talking an additional 12 to 18 inches of snow right in this general area. So big changes for the central and northern Rockies. Okay, that's a look at the big weather picture. Let's check out the focus forecast, and this time we're taking you to one of the most pleasant weather areas in the country, and of course that's Los Angeles. It's always nice in LA, right? It never rains in Southern California. They wrote a song about it, and practically that's true. It is beautiful right now. Case in point, 63 degrees with partly sunny skies in Los Angeles. And look at the forecast for Thursday. Mostly sunny. We're expecting highs in the middle 70s. And as we check on the 5-day forecast, looking good at least for the next several days. Today, maybe a little bit of rain with the tail end of that front. But after that, I mean, the system moves away from your area with not a whole lot of fanfare. We're looking at partly to mostly sunny conditions right on through the week. Nick?
Well, the anniversary of Superstorm Sandy is almost here. So where was it 1 year ago today? Our hurricane specialists have been tracking Sandy's evolution day by day. A spooky, foggy night or howling winds. A look at the scariest weather for Halloween upcoming.
When your house loses power, it can be tough for your family. But not if your family has a Kohler generator. Restores power automatically in as little as 10 seconds and is backed by a 5-year limited warranty. Kohler generators. Keep your family flowing.
The power goes out, you'll go on. Contact your Kohler Generators dealer today.
I've been welding pretty much all my life. There are 100 ways to make a bad weld, but there's only one way to make a good one. The work I do doesn't just hold together a plow. It holds together a family, a company, a town. It holds together everything. The way I see it, I'm not just making any plow. I'm making your plow.
For more information, contact the Boss Snowplow dealer nearest you.
What? No Little Debbie?
Hey, I remember you.
You should. I'm you. Except I always had a nutty bar with my lunch.
Huh? Little Debbie Nutty Bars. So delicious.
You know, they've got them down the street.
Your love for Little Debbie is something you never outgrow.
Don't you have a meeting or something?
Yes, I do.
Think all pads are the same? Don't.
The technology in these pads, best creation ever.
Always Infinity, the only pad made with foam, not fluff. So mind-blowingly thin, you'll be surprised it's up to 55% more absorbent. Genius. Always Infinity.
Thursday night football. 13 games. More of what you love. Thursday night football. NFL Network. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL.
Visit your local Toyota dealer today for amazing deals on your favorite Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
I have 10 minutes to get to the store to get my free coffee.
2 more days of free shipping. I have to buy something that I don't need.
Tired of your so-called free offers coming with time limits? Unlike other credit sites, at CreditKarma.com, when we say we have free credit scores and credit monitoring, we mean it. No credit card, no trial subscriptions, nothing but free. So log on to CreditKarma.com right now for your free credit score. Credit Karma, where free is always free.
The channel. At the top of the world, there's a highway where stunning beauty becomes a battlefield. Keeping it safe takes an army, and they don't fight the weather. They wage war.
Game on.
I don't think there's a record company anywhere in this world that can do what we do.
What can go wrong? Anything can go wrong.
This ain't a road.
It's burning up good.
It's a highway through hell.
Tonight at 9, here on the Weather Channel.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s, brought to you by Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side.
In the Nation, we know how you feel about your car. So when coverage really counts, count on Nationwide Insurance. Because what's precious to you is precious to us. Just another way we put members first. Because we don't have shareholders. Join the Nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
Now, you're local on the 8s.
Here's our local Doppler radar. today, sunshine, along with a few clouds. High 84. Winds northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. For tonight, a few passing clouds. Low 71. On Tuesday, mainly sunny. High 86. Our 7-day outlook.
Hello and welcome back to Day Planner. Let's get you caught up on what's topping weather headlines on this Monday. Tomorrow marks the anniversary of Superstorm Sandy making landfall in New York and New Jersey. Today, the museum at Ellis Island is open for the first time since the storm. Storm surge swamped the museum last year, leaving it without power for months. And more than 1 million photographs and archived materials were put in storage while the building was repaired. Well, let's send it over to Nick now, also looking at Sandy 1 year later.
I'm here in the Global Forecast Center with hurricane specialist Carl Parker. Carl, we were looking at a hurricane that, well, was obviously going to do some damage by this time.
Yeah, the handwriting was on the wall at this point. We knew that it was going to be a major northeast storm, and it was already having some impact along the southeast Atlantic coast. And take a look at the satellite picture from October 28th, 2012. And we're getting some very high waves and strong winds from the Carolinas all the way down into Florida, some coastal overwash there in North Carolina. But, you know, what was really interesting about this storm is the fact that it took such a different path as compared to previous storms. So here we are looking at northeast hurricanes. You notice the motion on all those storms coming from the south or the west. So the average track was from the southwest, essentially. And Sandy took an entirely different path. It came in from the south and from the east, and then just south of that area where the geography forms a little L there, New Jersey and Long Island. And so what that did is it magnified the impacts along the coast, the surge, and brought all that water into the coast, and that was a huge part of why this storm was so devastating.
So devastatingly unusual as well.
It really was unusual, and the reason why it made that unusual turn is because of a very strong area of upper level high pressure. So we're looking at this on October 29th. There's the area of high pressure, and it acted as a blocking mechanism and prevented the storm from moving to the northeast like they usually do, and instead turned it off to the north and to the west. Now, we have seen a lot more of these unusually strong areas of high pressure in the atmosphere in recent years, and they appear to have a climate change signal. And in fact, our senior meteorologist Stu Ostro has done a lot of work on this, and if you'd like to read more about it, all you have to do is Google Stu Ostro PDF. He's got a huge file documenting literally hundreds of cases of this.
Begs the question, will this be the shape of the future, perhaps?
Yeah, it could happen again, I would imagine.
All right, thanks so much, Carl. Well, we'll have special coverage tomorrow. Superstorm Sandy, could it happen again? We'll be live from Breezy Point, a beachfront community in New York, which was devastated by the storm and a resulting fire.
All right, well, you know, Halloween is right around the corner, and when it comes to the spookiest time of the year, what's the scariest weather? Meteorologist Reynolds Wolf hit the streets to find out in our Extreme Boulevard series.
To scary weather, you know, Halloween is certainly supposed to be a scary holiday. What's the scariest weather you've ever dealt with?
A tornado.
A hurricane.
A hurricane. What was scary about it?
Well, the lights went out, and you know, lots of noise, thunder, rain.
Hurricane Andrew, 1992. Yeah,
that's scary.
That was scary.
When it lightning, the thundering is not so bad. Just when it's strike lightning, I get so afraid of that.
What is the scariest type of weather you could ever experience?
Hot weather. I hate hot weather.
Terrifying.
I used to live up north, and we had a lot of snow.
Is that kind of scary, having to go out and shovel the additional snowfall?
Yeah, I'm sure it would be scary.
Dark, cloudy, thunderstorms, cracking winds, trees swaying.
I would say just tornadoes. A lot of people really freak out about it, which is really funny. Not funny. It's not a funny thing. Tornadoes,
not funny, ha-ha, but funny, I mean, funny.
Like, yeah. I don't usually freak out because I never really experienced it.
All right, well, another winter storm is moving through the Rockies where a foot of snow could fall over the next 24 hours. Meanwhile, thunderstorms and possible tornadoes are on tap over the southern plains. We'll talk more about it right after this break.
Happy Halloween from the Weather Channel and York Peppermint Patty. Get the sensation.
The chill of peppermint. The rich, dark chocolate. York Peppermint Patty. Get the sensation.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that posting your travel plans online may attract burglars?
Off to Hawaii.
What if you didn't know that as the price of gold rises, so should the coverage on your jewelry? What if you didn't know that kitty litter can help you out of a slippery situation? The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are Farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Today's Smart Tip was brought to you by Farmers.
Just feather it out. That's
Okay,
right.
feather it
That's
out.
right.
Okay.
All right, that's okay. Now put it in second. Put it in second. Slow it down. Put the clutch in. Break it. Break it. Just like I showed you.
Dad, you didn't show me. You showed him. Dad, he's gonna wreck the car.
He's not gonna wreck the car. No fighting in the road, please. Put your blinker on.
You didn't even give me a chance.
Okay.
We got the new Subaru because nothing could break our old one.
Okay.
What the heck? Let go of my...
I hope the same goes for my husband.
You guys are doing a great job. Seriously.
Love a car that lasts. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Energizer Max batteries are designed to hold power for up to 10 years. With the help of Power Seal technology, you'll always have power when you need it most. That's positive energy.
Who are we? We are the thinkers, the job jugglers, the up-all-nighters, and the ones who turn ideas into action. We've made our passions our life's work. We strive for the moments where we can say, I did it. We are entrepreneurs who started it all with a signature. LegalZoom has helped start over 1 million businesses, turning dreamers into business owners. And we're here to help start yours.
I'm Margaret Belton, and this is my father, Kevin Belton.
This is Grandpa Wilf, and we'd love to find out more about him.
This is so cool.
Look at the picture.
You're finding out the secrets.
Make your own discoveries with the help of Ancestry.com. Start searching for free right now.
So now you're bringing Bridgestone's tire technology to the sports world in the form of this performance soccer ball?
That's right. The same extreme grip and performance technology we engineer into our Potenza tires is being tested here with the help of U.S. soccer star Alex Morgan.
Seriously? Little too much grip.
Yeah, well, it does make for a great tire.
At Bridgestone, our passion for performance knows no bounds.
Show dirt who's boss with Stanley Steamer. And right now, get a professional deep cleaning for only $99. Just $99. Order now using promo code SPECIAL.
Stanley Steamer gets carpet cleaner.
Hey guys, thanks for coming.
Are we in trouble?
No, you're not in trouble. I just want to set some ground rules.
Like what?
Well, remember last week when you hit Vinny in the head with the shovel?
I do not recall that.
Of course not. Well, it was pretty graphic. Too graphic for the kids. So I'm going to have to block you.
You know, I got to make this up to you. This is Vinny's watch, and I want you to have it. You deserve it.
Thank you. That's really not necessary.
No. Come here.
Our local Doppler radar. Today, sunshine along with a few clouds. High 84. Winds northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. For tonight, a few passing clouds. Low 71. On Tuesday, mainly sunny. High 86. Our week ahead.
Welcome back to Day Planner. Now, we are following several big stories for you this hour, including the upcoming anniversary of Superstorm Sandy's landfall. On the rundown today, we're looking back to 1 year ago. Today, we're preparing for the worst of the worst. And a lot has changed since then. And we're tracking some of the late week rain for the southeast. We'll let you know when you'll want to get your rain boots out. Plus, a winter storm moving across the west. It'll have impacts for several states in the coming days, and that's where Nick gets us started.
Hey, and check out this picture from Bozeman, Montana. This courtesy of our colleagues at Weather Underground. Look at those clouds just hovering over you. What a change from yesterday. You ended your day here in Bozeman with temperatures in the mid-60s. Now you've got temperatures in the upper 20s, and it's been snowing for the last 4 hours. So this winter storm here in Montana is already snowing, and it's been snowing